here we come to a very important point. Yesterday, somebody met me at Nishtha College, and he is also from IIT, MTech from IIT Kanpur. And somebody introduced, so he was there. And I said, how are you visiting? And so see what happened, your department, MCA department, wanted to make a project to compile all the works of all the acharyas, everybody. I will not discriminate. Anybody, given any explanation of any Vedic literature, I will put it available. Seeing his age, I was silent. And heart of heart, I know he is wasting his time. Because Vedic knowledge is a revealed knowledge. It is not a knowledge which has been discovered by somebody. Normal today, any knowledge means research institute. They have to discover. But Vedic knowledge is not discovered by anybody. That's why we say anything, we go to the Vedic authority. Just like you were telling last time, yes, it is there in Skanda Purana. But it is not a child which is born out of conjugal relation. It's a Manas Putra. When Lord Shiva saw Mohini Murti, he gave birth to a child. And it was needed for some, just like Kartikeya, it was needed for some fight. Some demon had got a benediction. He can't be killed by anything except that was remaining. A child of Shiva and Krishna. And he thought it can never be there. Anyway. So what happens, the Vedic authority, therefore, anything we learn, if the Vedas say, it's just final. And very interesting thing is that in the Veda, the word might be, maybe, perhaps, must have been, don't exist. Now, if you say two kind of books of knowledge, one is the Vedic knowledge and modern day knowledge, which is the knowledge of Pratyaksha Pramana, and here is the knowledge of Shabda Pramana. Vedic knowledge means Shabda Pramana. Modern day knowledge means Pratyaksha Pramana. Now, if you compare the two books, this will say, might be, perhaps, it must have been, maybe it will work. But here it is facts. It never says might be, maybe, but the distance between Earth and this planet is these many yojanas. So, might be, maybe, no degree of error, 10%, 5%, nothing. This is the distance, these many yojanas. This is the exactly right. So, we should understand, therefore, from this perspective, it is a revealed knowledge. Now, in ordinary knowledge, when sometimes we have ordinary knowledge, we don't have to really be very serious about the authorities. In the sense that Newton might say these are the laws of motion, but when we went to the area of subatomic area, the Newton laws don't work. The quantum laws are working. So that has theory, you can say, I can correct on what Newton has said. I can improve on what Newton has said. But if you do that in the Vedic area, it becomes highly offensive. The very process of knowledge you have discarded away. The example is of once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met, who was a personality? Vallabha Bhatta. Vallabha Bhatta was later he formed the sampradaya called Vallabha Sampradaya. He was a sannyasi who got married later. In that sense, it is not on the exact lines. Sannyasi cannot get married. He also got married. And then in sampradaya, generally people are married. But anyway, whatever he is giving, that's all it remains in the, I think, Vishnu Swami line. That's all what remains. The best word. Otherwise, that sampradaya is almost disappeared. So, Vallabha Bhatta came to meet Lord Chaitanya. And he told Lord Chaitanya that I have written a tika on the Bhagavatam, which is better than what Sridhar Swami has written. He was a big scholar. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard that, he became wild. He was very upset. To give a comment like that. But externally he was calm. He was hurt from inside. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Swami na mane hoye Vaishya. In a sense, allegorically gave him a slap. What he told him, that if suppose a woman doesn't accept, a Swami means generally a husband. So So if woman doesn't accept the husband, she becomes Vaishya, prostitute. The same way, you don't accept Sridhar Swami, you are spiritually useless. A very strong meaning statement and a very hard words Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke. So, in the line of the bona fide acharyas, if somebody disregards an acharya, a great bona fide acharya, and he says, I can do better than him, it's a great insult he has made. He has broken the whole system of Vedic knowledge. Now you can say today in a Pratyaksha Pramana, because here everything is experimented and discovered, you can say what Einstein says is wrong. In fact, Einstein, when quantum theory was coming, Einstein took the stand actually opposite to it. He said, no, it's all nonsense. How can, these things be so vague? Because quantum thing, everything is vague. It may be there here, it may be there. Everything is probability. He said, no, how can things be probabilistic? He was rather against it. And Bohr, so Einstein made a statement, God doesn't play dice. And then Bohr was heading the other school of quantum, He said, Niels Bohr, very famous scientist, he said, don't tell God what to do. And Bohr came out victorious. So here you see, it is happening that an eminent scientist who was accepted as maybe a founder of so many departments of science has been rejected. But you can't do it in the Vedic line at all. This is not the way it works. Because this is a knowledge, is a reveal to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hidaya Adi Kaviye Muhiyanti Yadasureya. He is the one who got the knowledge. Adi Kavi, Brahma got the knowledge. Brahman, the spiritual knowledge, he got. Correct? Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavi. Adi Kavi refers to Brahma and Brahma refers to the spiritual knowledge. Brahma received this knowledge. He didn't discover this knowledge. He didn't experiment this knowledge. And then Brahma revealed this knowledge to Närada. And it is true. Before you reveal the knowledge, the patra should be ready. The person should be trained. Now you want to put milk somewhere, the vessel should be ready. Otherwise, how you can put? Just like that fellow yesterday, I found no use. I can't put it. The vessel is not ready. It's silent. And it is said, when any teacher becomes silent, the student is unfortunate in the Vedic line. Because he doesn't get the knowledge. And then Närada revealed to his disciple Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa revealed, that goes on, the Guru Parampara goes on. So in this line, therefore, how much when there is a disappearance of Acharya, we spend so much time, we glorify him and all, correct? We thank him. We don't do it in the scientific line. We spend the whole day crying about him, praying to him. No? Now suppose the teacher is there in the class, and the knowledge you receive from the teacher doesn't depend upon prayers. You go to the teacher, my dear teacher, you're so kind, please reveal this. And teacher teaches and all, take a textbook, you can learn it. Forget the teacher, correct? But here, Vedic knowledge, you get the textbook, all books are there, you can't be revealed to you. That's confidential, very confidential. Therefore, Gita is confidential, Guhya. There is the key, and the key is Tadavidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshint te jnanam jnanina tattadarshana. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, if you want to know this knowledge, Tadavidhi pranipatena, take shelter of a person who knows. Take a shelter. Pariprashnena, ask all inquiries. Sevaya, offer service. Upadakshint te jnanam. Therefore, as preachers, we learn this art. How much to talk, what to talk. Somebody is not submissive. We talk like as we talk to a normal man. Market mein kya bhav hai, kya chal raha hai. We don't talk. We are very careful. We have to become expert now. Because you go and tell your friend in the class, see, Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma. He will laugh. What is it? Pagal ho gaya kya? So we don't talk to them. We act normal. Hey, how is the weather? Did you eat mango today? Mango has come in. We are very normal. We have to learn that art. And then when you see somebody extremely submissive, how we become? Then we take the role of an authority, if you know, and we give the whole knowledge. And the person is so benefited. So therefore, it is proper says, don't go to a spiritual master unless you have a submissive ear. Don't go. Otherwise, you are wasting his time and you are wasting your time. No use. Unless you have submissive ear, we don't go. There is no use. No use. Because Vedic knowledge is only revealed a descending knowledge. It is not an ascending knowledge. And when for you to knowledge to be descending, we have to have faith and respect from person who is giving. Then we hear. So nice. And not only the person is giving the knowledge, theoretical knowledge, he is giving his realizations. Sometimes what happens, even though you theoretically know, it's still good to keep hearing to other devotees, because they may have many aspects of realization that you don't have on the same topic. I was asking, what is the reason you want to bring all the acharyas? Diamond, no, light can come through so many angles. That is the example they use actually. Yatho mat tato. They're all victims of that nonsense created by somebody. Yatho mat tato. As many paths, that as many ways are there. Whatever your mentality, you can create your own path to God. Prabhupada says, when you take ticket to Bombay, you don't go to Calcutta. Is it? You take ticket to Bombay and you reach Chennai. Can you sit in the train of Chennai? Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna is very clear. What does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Yanti deva prata devan pritriyanti pritrivajaha bhutani yanti bhuteja madhyajyano api yanti ma. He says, if you worship the devatas, you go to the devatas. If you worship the pitris, you go to the pitris. And if you worship the bhutas, you go to the bhutas. And then if you worship me, you come back to me. Now, it is not that anything you do, you reach the Lord. Krishna has distincted here, clarified here. Okay. So therefore, the Vedic knowledge is actually the greatest boon. Prabhupada says, this Krishna conscious movement is a boon to the human society. Very loudly Prabhupada says, boon to the human society. Why is he saying it's a boon to the human society? Why? Because you are getting ready. Now, all of us want knowledge. Without knowledge, we are fools. You get in ready. You don't have to waste your time. Open a laboratory and then, put this test tube, that test tube, then see what happened. Correct? That's what they do, and that's what the research means. They will put, there are 5 chemicals, they will put in different combination, then one more combination, then one more combination, put charts and all. You get a paper, and if something new is discovered, you get a Nobel Prize. So similarly, you make some medicine, and this much paracetamol, this much crocin, this, so you make some combination, and then get 100 guinea pigs, either animals or human beings, put inside that, and then take chart. What happened? He died, he survived, he had a heart attack, you make chart. And then, if something new you discovered, you get a prize. That is how this knowledge is discovered. It is not revealed. By experiment, we come to know. The same way, the Vedic knowledge is exactly reverse of this. It is revealed. And therefore, unless we have firm faith, unless we have firm respect, and not only that, unless we are pleased, therefore we go to the Acharya, suppose we go to see Madhvacharya, we always pray. Why we pray? Please bless me, so that the knowledge become manifest. This example is very nicely there in instance of Sanatan Goswami meeting Lord Chaitanya. Correct? Sanatan Goswami was instructed for 1 month by Lord Chaitanya. Rupa Goswami for 10 days. Dasha Ashwamedha Ghata. Correct? And Sanatan Goswami, which place? Sanatan Goswami, I think, in the house of Chandrasekhar and Tapana Mishra. So he is instructing there for 1 month. He instructs, and after 1 month is over, Sanatan Goswami takes a straw in his mouth to show humility, falls the feet of Lord Chaitanya. He says, whatever you have said now, please make it manifest in my heart. Because one side is, you have understood the world view. Oh, Krishna is there, Vaikuntha, he is in Goloka, and then Narada is there, and then Brahmä is born, and this creation is there. All you are hearing the detail, but we are not able to see anything. Correct? He says, please make it manifest. And actually the benefit is, give you that example. Suppose somebody tells, you go to classroom and friend, I smoked a cigarette yesterday. What it was. And you are very submissive to him. Then you get the knowledge with that force. His taste comes with it. And if you are submissive, one hearing can destroy your life from a wrong source. Therefore, parents are very careful. Children are good company. Why? Because if you hear from somebody submissively, because children by nature, he become respectful to anybody. And they hear submissively, "Are yaar, I smoke cigarette." What it was, and that enjoyment he has shared with you with full force. It is not only a theory, it experienced to you something with the force of that enjoyment, correct? You immediately become addicted just by hearing that. Same way, now come to spiritual line, because that is he has given you with Mahamaya, the force of Mahamaya along with that idea. Not only idea is given you, he has given you idea with that force of Mahamaya. And because you are submissive, you are immediately, you don't have to even do, you are addicted now. You have to start smoking. Therefore, when we go to a movie and we sit down and hear, and a hero, when he sees a heroine, he falls down, you also become addicted to female company. Just by that. Correct? Or even the ads in the TV, they will do that. Girls are walking and the boys are falling. You also fall down. Immediately you fall down. Even without doing that, you fall down. You become addicted to that habit. Because you submissively, because people create big hawa about that actor, he's so great, and in fact, even sometimes these actors or actresses walk on the road, people faint. Actually they faint. Not only that side, it has happened. Some Dhoni, he's also some famous personality now. He went somewhere and the girls fainted. He has now girls bodyguard, not only male bodyguard, girls bodyguard to protect him. Because girls faint on him. They just see him, and they actually collapse there. Because so much they build up their mind about him, So when they become so submissive and, like that. The same way, if you, just like Lord Chaitanya, now he is not building up his mind, but he is full of, he's the Lord himself, taking the role of Radharani, but full of Yogamaya. When he entered the Jagannatha temple, he also fainted. You know that? Lord Chaitanya, when he saw Jagannatha first time, he fainted. And he was unconscious for days. They had to do so much kirtan to awaken him. He went into samadhi. I want to embrace my Lord. Just like Radharani is moving to embrace the Lord. He just moved. But the spiritual emotion was so intense, million times more than this fainting, that he fainted. He lost his consciousness, in fact. Whole body, Sarvam Bhattacharya could not even find symptoms of any life. Then he took a cotton near his, and then he could. That's why somebody was telling me, even though so many things are developed, the best instrument doctor still has a stethoscope. Correct? Just like even in Ayurveda, the best thing was Nadi Vedya. Similar, no? Either you get beat here or you get here. The best thing is those, fundamental things. So he brought a very fundamental thing. Near his nose, he put a small cotton sap. They didn't have your stethoscope to test, but simple thing. And he could see some, softly moving. He understood he's still alive. But there were no other symptoms of life visible externally, unconscious. So we also, but now if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita with full faith, Acharya is explaining, you can get the same effect. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Because a great sadhu is in full of Krishna consciousness. Every act of his is full of Krishna consciousness. If submissively you even look at him, don't have to even talk to him, you'll also faint. You'll also get the same effect. Therefore, great acharyas, their descent to the earth is a boon. Because they're not only talking. Acharya means they've realized everything. Prabhupada says that is in the book. There is a book, Quest for Enlightenment, where they collected some lectures of Prabhupada. Prabhupada says for an acharya, there is no theory. There is no theory for him. Everything is realization. That is an acharya. And their words you can collect. And that is Bhagavatam. What collection you have to make? Already the book exists. That is Bhagavatam. And then Prabhupada says, somebody was saying, I want to read this. One student, he read Bhagavad Gita, was very happy. He said, I want to read Mahabharata, I want to read Vedas, I want to read this. So Prabhupada said, Acharya, that better read few books carefully than reading lot of books. In fact, it becomes an anartha and a pride. People take pride. I can quote from 100 literatures. Rather than in this line, it's better to read something carefully and assimilate that in the heart and benefit. Actually, even one book, Gita, is competent to just take you back to Krishna. Each book is Purna, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Whatever Krishna makes us, Purna. Even though Krishna half an hour he spoke, it is Purna. If you can understand that one book, your life becomes perfect. What one book, one chapter, one verse, one line, one word. It is so complete. Everything is complete in Krishna's creation. Just like Krishna spoke whole Bhagavatam to Brahma, it is recorded in Bhagavatam. It is only four shlokas Krishna spoke. Chatu shloka Bhagavatam it is said. That itself, if you can meditate, his whole Bhagavatam is there within that 4 verses. Because Brahma just expanded the 4 verses and he spoke to Närada. That is also there within Bhagavatam. Närada spoke to Vedavyasa. That is also there within Bhagavatam. Vedavyasa spoke to his son Shukadeva Goswami. That is also there. And Shukadeva Goswami spoke to Suta Goswami. That is also there. And Suta Goswami spoke to Naimisharada. And that is also there. All that, the book goes back and forth. But actually, each is Purna. It is not that Brahma, when he heard only 4 shlokas, it was incomplete. No, it was Purna. It was Purna. But Brahma had a capacity to, within 4 verses, to understand the whole Bhagavatam. And he just expanded. So, therefore, Prabhupada says, like in Bhagavad Gita, the central point in Bhagavad Gita is that instead of satisfying our own senses, let us satisfy senses of Krishna. Over. That is the whole message of Bhagavad Gita. If you have understood this, it's over. Therefore, Prabhupada says, if somebody reads one line of this book carefully, his own life will change. If he reads just one page, just by doing that, he will go back to God. It was so potent, the whole process. Even you're taking prasadam, that is also Purna. You take 1 grain, respectfully, you go back to God. That happened in the pastime of Ramanujacharya. Anybody knows that pastime exactly? The prasadam was thrown and some fish ate and he went back, Vaikuntha Vimana went back to God. Prabhupada said, and Ramanujacharya said, because that has not made any offense. we are doubtful whether Krishna accepted this or maybe he didn't accept this. We are like in that platform. We are not so respectful. We don't even know prasadam is non-different from Krishna. Correct? But prasadam has the full power. Just 1 grain of prasadam. Don't have to do like whole 1 grain is enough. Any pastime of prasadam, the person was fully delivered. Yes, it is there. Shivananda Sena. Shivananda Sena somehow, generally dogs and cats come, we shoo them away because, in my home I know, but they were started giving milk and all this thing to the cats. They were 20 after some time. They reproduce and they bring their friends, 20 of them. What do you do there? So you'll be doing that only. Generally we shoo away. But Shivananda Sena, the Vaishnavas has also freedom. It's not nothing dogmatic. He was taking a whole party to Jagannath Puri from Mayapur. Every year he used to do that. And somehow one dog came, he maintained him also. And not only that, he was paying his extra fare on the boat. Out of his own sweet. And then what happened, that when he was reaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somehow he was little busy with taking care of devotees. He lost track where is the dog. He was very upset. It is his own mercy. He was affectionate. Where is the dog? Where is the dog? He started searching. And then what happened was, he finally, when he went to meet Lord Chaitanya, he saw the dog is there. And Lord Chaitanya was giving him prasadam from his own hand. And he's saying, chant Krishna, chant Krishna. And the dog in his own way of saying, Hare Krishna. What he will say? Dog saying, wow, wow. Something he was doing, trying to repeat what Lord Chaitanya is saying. And to everyone's surprise, a Vaikuntha Vimana came, and dog left his body and took a body and went back to Vaikuntha. Everybody was shocked. What happened? So therefore, this process is so potent. I remember, when I joined the movement, I'll be chanting, so many doubts will be there. I'll be chanting Hare Krishna, Hare. Everybody is chanting in the temple. Actually, before joining, I was just chanting 8 rounds. I was not even chanting 16. So I joined because somehow, some reason, somehow joined by good fortune. Apakwavi, not fully ripened. And when I'm chanting, so many doubts will be there. I read yesterday they told something, Brahma told this to this. So many doubts are coming now. I used to think, can they stop chanting somebody? I can ask clear doubt, then I can chant. How can I chant? I have doubts now. So, not understanding, sometimes it happens to us also. Now we had Aarti is going on, Aarti will do later, now I can chant. True, chanting is the most important thing. But still, each activity of Krishna consciousness is fully potent. Aarti, if you see submissively, that will take back to Godhead. Prabhupada says, if you dress the deity, then deity smile over, you go back to Godhead. Once it smiles, not have to smile every day, and not have to fully stretch the mouth. A little smile is enough. Here, you satisfy somebody is fully satisfied, also no use. So much you flatter people in this world. So much. Actually, how much we put energy to get a medical degree, 10% of that you put, you will go back to God. Now, how many books you have to read? This much fat books, correct? One book, Bhagavad Gita, you read carefully, you go back, whole life becomes perfect. It is not that we have to put a big effort, correct? Engineering, we don't read that much. We hardly read. But even if, say, at least some books we read, one chapter of Gita, if you read carefully, it takes you back to God. That means that much we read for a course. But that much effort we are not putting in spirituality. How much effort you put every day going to college, sitting in the class, hearing, trying to take notes, and then we take photostat. If you are not taking notes, take another note, make photostat. Generally in engineering we don't read books, we read notes. That's the standard today. They ask teacher, can you give notes? Some summary, who will read the whole book? Even teacher doesn't read textbook. He gets notes from his previous teachers. Correct? Nowadays it has become a fashion. So what we should understand, that each activity of Krishna consciousness is so potent. We attend Aarti, when Aarti is going on, we see the Aarti of the Lord. Yeah, you can go back to Godhead just by doing that. It is so potent. So powerful, each activity. We take Chandaman, so potent. Purna, each is Purna in itself. There was a Navavidha Bhakti, it is not that a Shavadam only, actually all the Navavidas, Prabhupada said therefore many times, any one of them, either two of them or even one of them, if you can do properly, you can go back to Godhead. Shukdev Goswami just spoke, go back to Godhead. It became perfect, went back to Godhead. Parikshit Maharaj just heard, go back to Godhead. Prahlad Maharaj was just thinking, Smarana, go back to Godhead. Each activity is so potent in devotional life that it can give us complete perfection. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talks about Raghava Pandita. Raghava Pandita was one of the many Raghavas in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu line. And Raghava Pandita was cooking. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when they were leaving, was glorifying them. He was cooking. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talks about his cooking. He says, amazing. In fact, every day when he used to offer, with so much faith and attention he used to cook. When he used to offer, Lord Chaitanya used to come to personally eat in his house. And there was when every year when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his devotees used to come, there was Raghava Pandita used to bring something called Raghavera Jhali, some bag. He used to bring a full gunny bag. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to very carefully eat each one of the items. It was so carefully made with love, each item. And so nicely made. He used to bring some 100 of items, so carefully made, packed up. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to eat it, delight each one of them. So even by doing that, he fully satisfied the Lord, just by cooking. So we can satisfy the Lord in every angle. And here, this whole process, Prabhupada says, Krishna conscious process is a mercy process. Other processes are other way. Krishna consciousness is mercy like. Why? By satisfying the Acharya. Definitely we go through our Acharya, we don't jump. If you satisfy the Acharya, just like Janma Janme Prabhu said, that is for Prabhupada. For us. But if I satisfy the Acharya, we go back to Krishna. We go back to Krishna. So, and we receive, all the knowledge become revealed in the heart. Therefore, in the Vedic line, they meet Guru, they pay obeisance to the Guru. Why all these things were there? Correct? Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, no, I am your kukura, I am your dog. He says, Oh Vaishnava Thakura. There is a famous prayer. He says, I am your dog. Why? He says, because Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. Krishna is your property. If you want, you can give it to anybody you want. So it's a very unique process, a descending process, wherein the knowledge is revealed by the Purvacharya. And how he got revealed? Somebody told Prabhupada, I'll repeat that today. Prabhupada, he said, your Guru Maharaj must be so happy because what all you have done. Prabhupada immediately says something. Now without his pleasure, what I am worth? What I am worth? And we don't look like that. You will say, I have made 108 temples, I am an Acharya, I have 10,000 disciples, I have written so many books, correct? I have so much worth. We will calculate like that. We'll calculate no. If you say, what is your value? Yeah, what is your value? I have got so many dresses. I got so much money. I got so many people who respect me, correct? So many patients are there. They respect me. We will calculate our value by that. How do we measure everybody in the society? When you meet somebody in the society, first you think which family he belongs to, how much money he has, how much respect he has, and then we measure him, and then we talk to him. Everybody first we measure in the society. And how do you measure somebody or your own self? By the honor you have, by the money you have, by the degrees you have. We measure everybody, correct? On how much good he looks, we measure on that. If somebody doesn't look good, if somebody has no money, if he has no education, we don't even talk to him. We don't talk him on the same level. But Acharya is giving an example. How do you value yourself or anybody? How do you value? How much he has pleased the Acharya. Therefore, there is a pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita again. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to the house of Haridas Thakur, and Rupa Goswami is staying in the same house. Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami never entered Jagannatha temple, because one was a Muslim by birth and one had almost become Muslim by working under a Muslim king. So when he comes to the house, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami had written Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. And there Rupa Goswami, he speaks something, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so pleased. Next day brings the whole team. He brings Ramananda Raya, Saru Damodar, who are great scholars. And he says, tell about the Nataka. Correct? It's a very beautiful statement. And then it goes on. In fact, so all of them were so pleased. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was reading it, his handwriting is like raw pearls. In fact, you have noticed when you are in very good consciousness, you write yourself like pearls. You write very nicely. When you are disturbed, therefore, is a handwriting can tell the mind of a man. They have developed a whole science on that. But here we can change the mind also. By Krishna consciousness, not only he is like that, we can change it. When you are in a very good mood, you write so nicely, correct? And when you are in angry, something nobody can read. It is like that. It's true. Sometimes when you read something in Bhagavatam and all, we are so happy. I had one instance, I having jaundice. When I joined the temple, I got jaundice. So what to do? I was sitting and reading, and somehow reading became very nectarian. There was so much pleasure. So I took some notes book and I wrote. I never could get that stage of consciousness. So much in ecstasy, writing everything, writing. And when I look at that book notes, I don't have that now. I've never written with that kind of handwriting. So beautiful writing, because so much in bliss you are. Because the room was locked. I had infectious jaundice, so viral jaundice, nobody should interact with me. I'm locked in a room holding. But somehow Bhagavatam books are there, I'm sitting, reading. So alone, somehow. Sometimes you get in your life, always spiritual life, some days which are very nectarian. But I can never write like that. That good handwriting I don't have actually. I have a very bad handwriting, but that time very nice. So Rupa Goswami, because he is in ecstasy, his handwriting is like super. You see the handwriting of Ramanujacharya also. There are some leaves are still remaining, like pearls. They are acharyas. The same way, so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the handwriting is like pearls. And when they study his work, they are stunned. So when they go away, Haridas Thakur embraces Rupa Goswami. Why? He said he got so much mercy of the Lord. So here we value somebody based on how much he has received the mercy of the Lord. How much he has given pleasure to the Lord. Correct? But in today, it is not like that. We value people, so we should always value ourselves. Whether I am pleased Krishna, then I am worthy of existence. Otherwise, my existence is of no worth. Correct? That's why imagine an Acharya having accomplished so much, is saying, what I am worth, if he is not pleased. If he is not pleased, what I am worth. It's not that he thought, he says, you must have pleased the Acharya, your Guru Maharaj. He says, if I have not pleased him, what I am worth. And because this moment is manifesting, that itself shows he has empowered me. Definitely he is pleased. Otherwise, nothing can happen in this moment if he is not pleased. Without his pleasure, without the pleasure of Krishna, without the pleasure of Acharya, we will not be empowered. Just like we are trying to do Krishna consciousness, we are trying to spread. You see, nothing is happening in the sense we don't see thousands of people. We had such a big festival. We should make better attempt also, at least on God and those who are themselves. We should have taken the numbers of people who at least had a book, collected numbers of people who came, something, because so many people there. Our program, I think this is one of the best programs we had. Ecstatic, everything. Little we were short of time, but otherwise the program was so among the best of whatever we had. Otherwise, my class will be there 1.5 hours. People can't understand because they know Kannada. And that's how generally it happens. And then big kirtan is there, people are there, they come towards there. Here, whoever came did not move. Krishna's Grace program was so nice. And we got an idea how to do also public programs. So in the same way, the point is, but we still see, now Prabhupada used to give many devotees. I was hearing that one disciple, and he talks about how he came in contact with Prabhupada. He says that he heard about Prabhupada. He got a book, Bhagavad Gita, purchased from devotees. And he said, even though I was reading the book, I was not able to understand. Something inside me was telling, this is truth. So that's what happens when you touch something in the Paramatma in the heart. This is truth. This is truth. And he was just holding to the book, even though you can't understand the book. Suppose you have a different culture, suddenly open, you just can't understand. Everything goes a bouncer, And Prabhupada is not compromising. Directly from the word go, he goes straight. And he said, I was trying to read and understand, but not understood everything. And then one day I saw a big, hoardings and all, that there is an event. And they have written in the poster, Prabhupada is coming, please. And the meaning of Prabhupada below, on whose feet masters sit. Actually, that is the meaning of Prabhupada. Prabhus are sitting at his feet. On whose feet? They are glorifying Prabhupada with no hold at that moment. That's how the movement exploded. Because when you worship the Acharya, then Krishna's mercy comes. You imagine a public poster in America, they're writing as Prabhupada, at whose feet masters sit. He read that and whose feet must be so great. And then he saw the Rath Yatra ceremony where Prabhupada was there, and Prabhupada was walking and he was watching so many, he's looking like a sun surrounded by, a moon surrounded by stars, all blissful devotees. And Prabhupada himself in the Rath Yatra dancing and all devotees. So ecstatic, He says, I next day put my bag and joined the temple. So, the point is that this is how Krishna consciousness spreads when we are fixed, and that is how the movement has suffered or it has spread when we were fixed in glorifying a pure devotee, and then everything Krishna's mercy bestows. And Acharya is pleased when Acharya is glorified because the pure devotee, Krishna is so pleased. Just like we all know Hanuman. If you glorify Hanuman, Lord Rama will be so happy, correct? So great servitor, so pleased, more than when you are glorifying him. True? That is how the nature of the Lord. The same way when a pure devotee is glorified, all the mercy of the Lord is bestowed and the movement gets the potency to spread. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.